Last week, I had the opportunity to spend some time at the Toastmasters Leadership Institute in Las Vegas. It was a great opportunity. It's something I was really excited about, mainly because this was my second time going to the Toastmasters Leadership Institute, but the first time that I was actually aware of what was going on. I've been in Toastmasters since April of 2018, and the first time I was there, I was just a little lost, a little confused. There were so many different acronyms out there, like DTM and ALS and ACB, ABC 123. I didn't know what those things meant. But after being in this environment for a while, I understand that those are just educational awards or different distinguishing factors that each members of the Toastmasters community has achieved on their own. And it's encouraging to see something like that. I mean, I strive to want to do the best that I can do, and it's encouraging to see where you can go if you just put your effort, your mind, and put your attention to something like that. It was also a great opportunity because it was a chance to connect with other like-minded individuals. I started the morning off with breakfast with Andrew, and that was pretty cool. We were able to bond and connect and just kind of go deep on a couple different things that we're interested in doing today. And then we took the trip up there to the church and got to learn. There's a couple different takeaways that I got a hold of while I was there. And one of the things that really spoke to me was this idea of mentorship. So mentorship is definitely important to me. And it was a mentor that showed me my future career. So I started off first as a high school student some time ago. I'm nowhere near high school now, but some time ago, not sure what I want to do with my career. And it was a mentor that showed me a better way. So I got into computers about the age of 18. And then from there, I was able to take that skill set and eventually go into the Air Force, where I spent 4 years as a telecom technician or voice network systems technician. They changed the name a couple different times, but essentially I was involved in the telecom field. And then from that time, I've gone on and done some pretty neat and amazing things and got to work with some great people along the way. But if it wasn't for a mentor, I would have never been exposed to technology at the level that it was shown to me at the time. And then being at Toastmasters, it's another different level of mentorship that I hadn't experienced before. So I got to see some speakers that had been speaking for over 10, 15, 20, 25 years. And they left just some great nuggets of wisdom for me to pick up, as well as the other individuals there to pick up. And these folks were willing to give their time, energy, and effort. The prepared lessons were great. The Q&A sessions were pretty neat. And then even the casual conversations that I struck up. I got the nerve to struck up while I was there at the event. And the thing that really gets me too about this is that nobody has to be here. This is all volunteer work that everybody involved in Toastmasters is doing. And this may be used to better themselves on their jobs and their careers, or maybe get to a certain place, or even just a place to network and learn about your community and get to know some other people along the way. But having a mentor is crucial, and just being in that environment, people are so willing to share their experience. They're so willing to show you what they've learned along the way and to help you and even shortcut that process that you have to learn about public speaking. So there's lots of great teachers and lots of great mentors there that I found just very beneficial being a part of this environment. And this wasn't something that I initially intended to do within Toastmasters. So I got the tip to join Toastmasters from a friend of mine who's done it for quite some time. And he thought it'd be a good idea for me to jump into it to help me improve my communication skills, as well as to take my career to the next level. And then I got a tip from another podcast which mentioned too, hey, you should jump into Toastmasters. I'm like, all right. So if I'm hearing it here, if I'm hearing it from the podcast, I'm also go ahead and try it out and see what I can get from it. And man, it's changed my life, taking me to a whole different level, to the point now where I feel comfortable enough jumping on this podcast and then sharing my experience with you all. Having a mentor is crucial, and it doesn't have to be somebody sitting there by your side holding your hand along the way. And that's great if you have that. I've had the opportunity to have that mentor where I was able to talk to him a day in and day out. I've had virtual mentors where we talked maybe once a week, or we communicated, via email or text or whatever the case is. And I've always had mentors out there on social media or on the internet where I look at their videos and listen to their talks, and they may not be talking to me specifically, but I felt like they were talking to me. The lesson that they gave at that time really spoke to me, and those type of mentors I've clung on to. I even have mentors that are not even alive anymore. So Jim Rohn, he's a mentor of mine, even though he's long gone and he passed away before I knew who he was. Even Earl Nightingale, I learned a lot from him. But so those are the different mentors that I can just throw out there. Eric Thomas is a big mentor of mine, even though I've never met him in person and he's never met me. And that's the neat thing about technology today, is that you don't have to have that mentor right by your side, but you can get some insight into the wisdom, the thoughts, and just kind of what they're thinking about. And that's going to help you form and just take that information and allow you to make better decisions if you're just trying to figure this out all on your own. The other thing, when I think about mentorship, I think about how they say out there that you're the combined total of like the 5 people that you hang around the most. Well, if the people that you hang around the most aren't up to anything, or they're not, at the place that you want to be at, then that's where you jump in and go get you a virtual mentor, or at least some other folks that are like-minded like you, and just connect with them, see what they're talking about, and then plug into what they have to say. So having somebody to share their experiences with you, good or bad, that's going to help you develop into the person that you're going to be. And then giving. So giving has been on my mind here quite a bit, and it's not just a financial thing. It doesn't have to involve dollars. But when you give your time, when you give your experience, and then you give just the effort to be in a place like a Toastmasters, or just to show up and to volunteer your time at a children's hospital, or just spend time at your kid's school. It's the one thing that is easy to do, which is giving, but it's also so hard to execute. So in this year, 2019, I plan on making giving more a part of my plan, my personal goals for 2019. And I'm just going to try to find more ways of doing this. And this podcast that I've decided to start, this is a way for me to give back because of all the people that have given to me in the process. So I just want to leave this just to say thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. And I hope to bring more value to you. And I hope to do this again soon.